CNN's Don Lemon got a history lesson on the slave trade and the supply chain, and it gives me great pleasure to share my final thoughts on the great humbling of Mr. Lemon. Queen Elizabeth's body hadn't gone cold before the rabid vultures of the global left started not only attacking her, not only celebrating her death, but demanding reparations. Remember this?
She wore a crown with pillaged stones from India and Africa. And now what you're seeing, at least in the Black communities that I'm a part of, they want reparations.
Yes, rich, elite TV personalities who have never been enslaved, nor do they know anyone who's been enslaved, demand payback for historical injustices. That's the bedrock of the woke movement in all its nonsensical, whiny, and moronic glory. But it wasn't just The View's Sunny Hostin who had the classless audacity to go on national television and say such a stupid thing as much of the world mourned a beloved queen. CNN's resident oppression Olympian Don Lemon also felt the need to make the reparations argument, and it didn't go well. Marie Antoinette famously said, "Let them eat cake," but here's Don Lemon eating crow.
And then you have those who are asking for reparations for colonialism, and they're wondering, $100 billion, $24 billion here and there, $500 million there. Some people want to be paid back, and members of the public are wondering, why are we suffering when you are, you have all of this vast wealth? Those are legitimate concerns.
Well, I think you're right about reparations in terms of if people want it, though, what they need to do is you always need to go back to the beginning of a supply chain. Where was the beginning of the supply chain? That was in Africa, and when across the entire world, when the slavery was taking place, which was the first nation in the world that abolished slavery? The first nation in the world to abolish it. It was started by William Wilberforce, was the British. In Great Britain, they abolished slavery.
Oh, Don, you probably shouldn't invoke history without knowing history, especially with a guest that clearly does know history, because it makes you look like a giant tool. But it's worth mentioning Don didn't have much of a reply to that public and televised intellectual undressing. He simply switched topics. But I'm glad this little bit took place on CNN, though, because I doubt the remaining few dozen viewers that network still has are aware of the true history and origins of the slave trade. This is all a great lesson to those out there who think the world owes them something, whether it's due to the color of their skin, their pronoun preferences, or what have you. No, get over yourselves. The everlasting victimhood complex isn't cute, and it benefits no one, especially those who are inflicted by it. This Don Lemon clip is also a reminder of how important it is for us to study history rather than erase it or allow some to make it up as they go based on a woke narrative pushed by woke mainstream media propagandists like Don Lemon. CNN is failing for two reasons. They don't have their precious Trump punching bag, and they pretend to be a news source when it's quite obvious the majority of their personalities don't know or care about basic facts. And there you have it. Feel free to watch that clip a few dozen times. I know I did. And those are my final thoughts. Be sure to catch the entire show and exclusive content on OutKick.com. From Nashville, God bless and take care.